deserve to be blessed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Real Talk 100 Morning Show. I am your host. I am the man with the plan. I am Titan Capri, here with hashtag T2P. Come and take a sip of the thought with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this Tuesday morning, I wanted to have another edition of the DMs and the inbox, right? The DMs and the inbox. It seems that here lately I've been getting a lot of requests, a lot of comments, concerns, things like that. That I don't know if I ever got them before like this, right? And it's funny because now people sort of look to me for an answer and things like that. In which I'm not saying that we can't ask me a question or do anything like that, but what I'm looking at here is that, wow, like I'm getting these DMs and these inboxes, and look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking for them, right? I'm asking for them, so I'm not opposed to answering them and things like that. So today I took 3 questions from my DMs and my inbox this morning, and I want us to go over them and to talk about them and see what we can do with them this morning, all right? So I want to say good morning to you all. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you all for tuning in. Those of you on the live feed, those of you who are out there in the interweb and the radio land, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you for that. Peace and blessings to you. I ask that, each day we have a different time. We have a moment in this world and in this life to do something different, to make it something that's not always bad. People tell me all the time, oh, Titan, oh, my life is messed up. My life is this, my life is that. You always have a smile on your face. So ladies and gentlemen, let me say this to you all on this Tuesday before we get into these DMs and this inbox. Life is life, right? Life is life. Sometimes you're going to have it hard. Sometimes it's not going to be right. But what you have to understand is that if you guide your life, right? If you lead by the Spirit, if you guide your life, if you are the captain of your ship, if you're in the driver's seat of your own life, then most of the time you can curb those things from happening. Now, you can't avoid tragedy. You can't avoid trouble. You can't avoid conflict. It's just one of those things that is going to happen in your life. But you can avoid it taking you out of here. You can avoid it taking you somewhere where you can't return from. You can do that, right? So what I want to say to you all, when I say live your life, do what you do, be there, but understand that you are the captain. Understand that you drive this ship. Understand that you are the one that makes it happen. And anybody that's telling you any different is lying to you, and you shouldn't be listening to them in the first place, okay? That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes when we, I just have to say this morning, because sometimes what we do is that we listen to what everybody else says about what's going on in our lives, and then we go accordingly. And what the kicker is that you have to understand where you're at. You have to understand what you have in front of you. You have to set expectations. You have to let them know what the deal is. And if you don't do that, you can't expect them to respect you, right? You can't expect them to do right by you because you haven't told them what the right is. Y'all better follow me this morning. Y'all better follow me this morning. You have to tell them, you have to let them know what the right is. You got to let them know what's going on. You got to let them know. A lot of times we don't do that. And why don't we do it? Why don't we do it? We do it because most of the time, this is the way that we were raised. This is what we were taught. No. What you have to do is set expectations and let people know what's going on in your life. And then from that, you'll be able to go forward and be blessed and do what you need to do. All right? So I just wanted to say that part this morning. Okay. I wanted to say that part this morning just to make sure that everybody was on with me this morning. It was put on my heart to just say, ladies and gentlemen, you have to steer your ship. You have to drive your car. You can't just keep getting in the passenger seat. You can't keep getting in the back seat. You can't keep just saying, oh, I'm just going to do this because this is what it is and that's what it is. You can't do that, right? You got to take control. And if you constantly let somebody else take control, then you are going to go down a road. You're going to go down a detour. You may even crash and not even know why you crashed or why you went down that way, right? So this is what I'm saying to you all this morning. Make sure that you are driving your own car. Make sure that you're driving your own ship. It's okay. It's okay for you to have somebody. It's okay for you to love somebody. It's okay for them to be there for you. But what you don't do is you give the keys, lock, stock, and barrel over to someone because this is what you feel needs to happen. Always be able to control your ship. Always be able to control your car. Always be able to control your life. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying this morning. I've seen so many people tell me, well, Titan, you always talking like that, but you don't have nobody. You're right, I'm single. I'm single and I'm doing what I do that I'm single. But here's the thing. Just because I'm single, that doesn't mean I don't have anybody. Just because I'm single, that don't mean that I don't understand what life is. What's happening is that you're sitting here basing my life off of what you think it should be, and that's not what it is. Everybody doesn't need somebody. Everybody doesn't need somebody right now, right? Everybody doesn't need somebody 24/7. So don't put that on me because I'm over here living my life and I'm doing what I do. But I'm telling you, make sure that you are good. Make sure that your life is good before you go off trying to make sure somebody else is good. Before you sit up here and start bragging about how you take care of your man, how you take care of your woman, how you take care of your boo thing, how you take care of your significant other, look around. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you blessing yourself? Are you really there for you? Look around. Because the reality of it is, I guarantee you, you're probably not. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a little dramatic pause right there and be good. Because I think some of you may not understand where I'm going with this or what I'm saying. But I want you to understand where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to be there where I'm at, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's get this here started. Let's get it going this morning. Let's make sure it happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so today is my take it to the DMs and the inbox, right? Y'all know we started doing this. We started doing this, and I didn't think it was going to catch on. I just thought, you know, hey, I'll go to the DMs and go to the inbox, and we'll talk about what's happening. We'll talk about what's going on, and we'll do that. And all of a sudden, now I'm getting an influx of questions and comments and concerns. And I'm not upset with it, ladies and gentlemen. So please let me say that part. I'm not upset with it. Actually, I'm very happy that you would want to hear what I have to say on a topic. So this morning, today, on the Real Talk 100 Morning Show with hashtag T2P, for those of you who are on the live feed, you see the hat? It's the thought to ponder, babies. It's the thought to ponder. So let me just say this for those that are coming in for the first time, that have never watched me or have never seen the show. It's called hashtag T2P. Hashtag T2P, right? But it's the thought to ponder. And basically what it is just my way of thinking. When I have guests on, it's us taking a topic, an issue, a comment, a concern, and we putting it out there and we are attacking it from all angles, right? Because we want to make sure that we're real with what we're talking about and what we're doing. So with that being said, that's how that actually works. That's how that actually works. So ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you may have a subject. Uh-oh, hold on, I'm trying to fix my camera here. Nah, that's not working. So sometimes you may have a subject, hold on, that you want to have talk about. And on that subject, somebody may not like it. Somebody may feel like that subject is not right for them. That's okay. But here on the Real Talk 100 Morning Show on hashtag T2P, we're going to talk about it all. We're going to express it all. We're going to go through it, and we're going to make sure that we are good. Somebody told me yesterday, they said, man, y'all really be talking about subjects and, you know, y'all go back and forth. And I was like, yes, it's healthy banter, right? That's what I believe is healthy banter. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I get all the way into it, for those of you that are listening and watching and all of that good stuff, however you got me through smoke signal, look, the number for you to call today, because I want you to call in and talk to me today. That's what I want you to do. So the number for you to call in and talk to me today, when we get into these DMs and these inboxes, is 346-255-3685. I'm going to put it down into the live feed. 346-255-3685. All right, that's what we're doing today. That's what we are doing today. We are making sure that we are good. Yes, indeed. All right. Okay. All right. We're making sure that we are good this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Let me pin that. All right. So I want to say good morning to those on my live feed this morning. I see a lot of you actually chiming in this morning. Good morning, Lamonte. Good morning, Tana. Good morning, Carol. Hey, Carol. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carol. That's my old friend from back in Alaska. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Wana. Good morning, Willie. What's up, 3? Good morning, Victoria. Good morning, Tellis. Good morning, everybody else that's tuning in. Thank you all so much. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you know what we do every morning here on the Real Talk 100 Morning Show, hashtag T2P. What we do is that we like to take a breath. What I believe is that your breath is important. I believe that breath is life. I believe that your breath is important. And what we want to do is take a moment and breathe and just acknowledge that our breath is important. A lot of times we don't do that. We wake up in the morning and we go about our business and we literally don't realize that we need to breathe. We literally don't realize that our life is important. We really don't realize that. So what I want you to do this morning with me, and then I think you should think about this every day or every morning, is to take a breath. Take a breath and acknowledge that your breath is important. Take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. And how we do that, we do that with taking 3 breaths. I don't know what just happened, Lord. Wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me gather myself. All right. Forgive my slurping if I just slurp. All right, let me get back to it. I just had another thought, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, what we do is we take the breath to acknowledge that our breath is important. I believe that you can change a situation. You can change how you react. You can change how the atmosphere in the room is. You can change anything if you just take a moment, calm down, relax, and breathe. Breath is so important, all right? So what we normally do, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time here this morning, we take 3 breaths in the morning, right? We take the first breath and it's at a 5 pace, a 5 count, but it's a slower 5 count, right? So it's actually you counting to 20, but at a 5 count, right? And basically what we're doing is we want you to take in, right, what's bothering you, what you feel is making you feel some kind of way, something that happened, issues, problems, concerns. And what you want to do is take it in and acknowledge it for what it is. And then we want you to blow it out. And when you blow it out, we want you to blow it out somewhere where it can't come back to you right away. We want you to blow it out somewhere where you just can't pick it right back up again, right? So think of a place that's far, far away. Think of an island, think of a moon, think of a star, think of somewhere far, far away. And that's where I want you to send that issue, that problem, that concern. That's where I want you to send it. I want you to send it over there so that way you can't pick it right back up again. That way it doesn't bother you. That way it doesn't come around again in a circle and it's back in front of your face. Y'all with me on that? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen, hold one second because I'm feeling like I'm kind of warm in here today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's that hot coffee. All right. Okay, that's better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do, I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to count out the actual 5 pace, right? And I want you to hold your breath. You should feel a warm and tingly on the inside, okay? You should feel a warm and tingly on the inside. You should not be choking. You should not be spitting up. You should not be passing out. That's not what I'm doing. Titan is not responsible, okay? Hashtag T2P, we're not responsible here if that's what's going on. But you shouldn't be doing that anyways, okay? What I want you to do is just to think about it. Close your eyes if you can. But if you're driving, if you're somewhere where you got to have your eyes open, then keep your eyes open, please. Keep your eyes open. And then what I want you to do is just acknowledge that your breath is important. And then I want you to send your breath. When you blow it out, when you blow that breath out, I want you to send whatever that problem, issue, concern, thought, I want you to send it away so that you can't pick it up right away. That you got to go through something in order to get to it again or to solve it, right? So you want to make sure that you do that and get that out of your way, all right? You ready, ladies and gentlemen? All right, so let's go. So I'm going to count down to 3. When I count down to 3, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to hold it for that 5 count. I'll count the first time. We'll do it a second time. And on the third one, I want you to make some noise. All right, y'all with me? All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Blow it out, 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 blow it out. Excuse me. Blow it out. Y'all ready? Y'all should be feeling it just a little bit. Normally, the first one, you really don't feel it like that, but it's the second one and the third one where you should feel a little tingly. You should feel just a little bit. All right? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. Blow it out. Blow it out. Go ahead and blow it out, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and blow it out. Blow it out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going for the third breath. On this third breath, I want you to take it in, and I want whatever it is, I want you to make some noise when you blow it out. I want you to acknowledge what that issue or that problem is, that concern, whatever it may be, that trauma, that pain, and I want you to blow it out. And when you blow it out, I want you to make some noise. But here's the key, ladies and gentlemen. If you are at work or in a library, I am not responsible. If they come up and tap you on your shoulder and tell you to get up and leave, or they give you a box or a pink slip or whatever they give you, I'm not responsible. Okay? I'm not responsible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that third breath, and what I want you to do is make some noise when you release that third breath. Y'all with me? 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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the count of 3, we're going to take that deep breath in, and then we're going to hold it, and when we let it go, we're going to make some noise. All right, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. Oh, my bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so what I believe here is that what you do is that you should feel a little warm. You should feel a little fuzzy. You should feel that your neurons and your cells are alive, that you are alive. Sometimes you have to take a moment. You ever watch shows and you see things and people are saying, hey, you know what? Stop. When this is what I believe. When somebody tell you to pray, don't you always want to get somewhere and get silent so you can focus? When somebody tells you meditate, right? You know, the monks and the Buddhists and people like that. So what I believe is it's all the same, right? We're communing with spirit. And sometimes you have to take a moment and be still, be quiet, take a breath and acknowledge that your breath is important. If you have been going 5 days a week and working 10-hour days, and you feel like you are just wore out, like you just cannot do anything, take a moment and take a breath. Take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. I guarantee you clarity. You will have clarity, right? A lot of times people say, well, Titan, that doesn't really make any difference. Yes, it does. I guarantee you it does. And I guarantee you it will. So peace and blessings to you on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how we do it in the mornings. Y'all know how we do it. We take that breath. We acknowledge that breath is important. We acknowledge our life. But then we also acknowledge that we are vibes and we are frequencies. So we get our groove on. We get our groove on. I think I heard you say that you were ready for the groove. Is that what I heard you say? I think I heard you say you're ready for the groove. So if you're ready for the groove, then let's go ahead and let's get it. I want y'all to come on with me. Come on with me. Come on with me. I want you to come on with me. I know you got to have a little something for me this morning. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let me hear you say you're ready. Oh, I think I heard you say you're ready. Y'all ready? Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Sit it. Da 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 da. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Zit da 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 da. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Zit da 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 da. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Sa da 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 da. T da. Da 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 da. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Ba ba boom 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 ba boom boom ba ba boom 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 ba boom boom ba ba boom 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 ba boom boom ba boom ba boom ba sin da da dum dum da dum sin da da dum da dum sin da dum da dum T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Rah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Look, I just do it the way I want to do it. You know? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad that you are with me. I'm glad that you are in here. I'm glad that we're good. So this morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Tuesday, and it's inbox and DMs. DMs and inbox. So ladies and gentlemen, what I like to do is go into my DMs and my inbox and pull out a couple of questions, comments, concerns, issues, and let's talk about them. So I started this maybe about 3 weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, I think, and it's been going good. So I've been getting questions and concerns and issues and comments and all this stuff in there. Some are about me, some are about what's going on in the media, and then some are about just life in general. So I chose 3 out of my DMs, and as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I don't say the person's name if they don't want me to. If they want me to say their name, then I'm fine with that, okay? But let me say this before I get started. So once I get started, I want you all to call in and comment if you have a question or comment or concern. 346-255-3685. For those of you on my live feed, I pinned it in my comments, so you should be able to see it at the top. It should be pinned there for you. The number again is 346-255-3685. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this comes from my DM. And she says, okay. All right. This comes from my DM, ladies and gentlemen. And she says she doesn't want her name mentioned, right? But she will be watching. Okay? She says, I've had 4 relationships in the last 6 months and they always F up, right? I need to know why nobody is up to my standard. Okay, I'll say it again. I've had 4 relationships in the last 6 months and they are all effed up. I need to know why nobody is up to my standards, or they are not up to my standards. So, all right, so let me say this first, ladies and gentlemen. The issue I think I have already with the question, and this is not let me say this because this is how I talk things out, right? And I just want to say to you all of this. This is healthy banter. This is us being real. And I can only be Titan the way that I am. And so that's what that is. So now, since I put that disclaimer out there, let me talk about this. You had 4 relationships in the last 6 months. Now, let's define what a relationship is. Is this a hit it and quit it? Is this a boot thing? Is this a maintenance? You know, is this a tire rotation and an oil change every 3,000 miles? Like, what type of relationship is this? Now, if you're talking about a serious relationship, and this is how I want to say this, you're talking about a serious relationship, then you can't have a serious relationship in the last 6 months. Because what time have you spent in this relationship? What time have you given? What type of energy have you given to this relationship? So it sounds to me, right, and this is just me talking. She sent the question in and asked me to answer. It sounds like that you are jumping from pillar to post, as my grandmother would say. It sounds like you haven't given yourself enough time to even know what you really want. And let me tell you something here. Let me say this, and we're going to talk about it for a second. Let me say this. If you had 4 relationships in the last 6 months and they all are effed up, right? What's the common denominator? Y'all about to be mad with me today. What's the common denominator? If they all are messed up, what's the common denominator? I'll wait. I'm not saying that you're totally at fault for having the 4 relationships and you're having them within 6 months. But what I'm looking at and what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, if it's 4 relationships in 6 months, you're searching for something. It's not necessarily them, right? Because you're going to attract that same thing over and over again because you haven't found what you need within you. Come on, y'all. Come talk to me. If you've had 4 relationships in 6 months and they are serious, so let's count that out. 4 relationships in 6 months. 4 in 6 months. So you mean to tell me you didn't gave them a month and a half, maybe? A month and a half each, maybe? And they are serious relationships? Come on. Okay, all right, Soldier Love Jones. What? I'm just going to be honest with you. Baby, it's not them. Who's the common denominator? Because here's what you do is you're going from pillar to post. You're going from man to man. You're going from boo to boo. You're going from baby to baby. But the reality of it is, who's the constant in all these relationships? Now, you can't tell me that all 4 of these people from different places and different spaces and different times, different things, all of them messed up, all of them effed up. That's what you said. You said they, and I quote, they all effed up. But what's the common denominator? But that's what I want you to understand. I'm not trying to badger you, but I'm asking the question, what's the common denominator? Because what I want to tell you is there's something in you. There's something in you that's attracting that. There's something in you that's attracted to that. And then if you are looking for something Because here we go. If you're looking for something, do you even know what you're looking for? Because I guarantee you're looking for something if you had 4 relationships in 6 months and they all were serious. You're looking for something, baby. You're looking for something. Take it from somebody who knows. What you need is a moment to yourself. What you need is to find out what you really want. What you need is to find out what's going on in your life. That's what you need. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all know I don't normally talk about what you need. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you today, because what you're doing, you run into this house. Wait a minute. Hold on. What you say? Come on, Jamie. You better say it. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your bag. Carrying all them bags like that. Come on. I guess nobody ever told you all you have to hold on to is you, is you, is you. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be a bag lady. Don't be a bag lady. And this goes for the men and for the women. Don't be a bag lady. Because what you're doing is you're telling me that you had these relationships and every last one of them have ended. Every last one of them was bad. Everybody always coming at you and doing you wrong. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't read the rest of the story, but the rest of the story goes, she was like, well, I don't understand. I gave it everything. When I get in a relationship, and this is how I picture her talking. When I get in a relationship, I give 1,000%. What's the relationship? Baby, what do you want? Baby, where are you? Where are you? I'm talking to the person in the mirror. What do you want? Forget him, and him. What do you want? Because there's something you're looking for in those relationships. And when you don't get them, they're done. And then 9 times out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, what we do, we get into these relationships and we place husband on a boyfriend. Follow me. We place husband on a boyfriend. You're trying to make them a long-term, a lifetime, and they're only there for a reason. Stop taking people to places they don't want to go. Stop taking people to places they should never go. Y'all not liking me this morning, or y'all? Y'all not liking me this morning. I'm cool with it. Let's be honest. On the Real Talk 100 Morning Show, we're going to be truthful. You want to tell me what it is? Tell it to me. But be straight. Be honest with yourself, because the reality of it is, baby, you out there searching. You looking for something. And when you don't find it in this next individual, you're going to drop them like a hot potato. You're going to drop them like you just got a fresh a tray of biscuits out the oven and you didn't have no gloves on. That's how fast you're going to drop them, because you're not secure in where you are. What's going on here? What's going on right here? What's going on up here? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't get that. We think it's all about everybody else. We think it always has to be the other person. But it's not the other person, because you allow into your life what it is that you want to allow in. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I see some comments coming through. Okay. Well, we talked about that, Jamie. Bag lady. You can't take no old baggage. You got to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that I learned, and this is true to it. When you take that breath, and sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this to you all this morning. When you take that breath, sometimes that breath that you have to acknowledge, that you have to take, and you have to take a moment, sometimes that breath, ladies and gentlemen, takes you 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Sometimes even a year. Because you've lost yourself in these relationships. You haven't healed from the last relationship before you get into this other relationship. So you are not going to be successful with 4 relationships in 6 months that are serious relationships. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to get your groove on. I'm not going to tell you not to hit it and quit it. I'm not going to tell you not to bump and grind. I'm not going to tell you none of that. You do what you need to do. But let's be real. You could not have been serious about these relationships. Come on. You couldn't be serious about these relationships, and you had 4 and 6 months and you were serious. There's something wrong there. You're searching, you're trying to fill a void, and it's hurting you because you don't want to be by yourself. So this same person that I talked to before She sent the question in. She says, I'm just lonely at times. Well, baby, look, let me tell you something. We all are lonely because sometimes we're born in this world by ourselves and we're going to die by ourselves. That's the way the law of the world works. But this is what I'm saying. Being lonely doesn't mean that you got to be desperate. Being lonely doesn't mean that you got to settle for any old thing. Being lonely doesn't mean that you don't know what you truly need in here. That's what you need to understand. You are somebody. Baby, you are out here looking for whatever it is. And I'm not going to tell you that Titan ain't never been down that road. I'm not going to tell you that. Because there was a time that I was out there looking. I was searching. I was out there in the daylight with a flashlight. But the thing was, I was lost. I had trauma. I had hurt. I had pain that I had never dealt with. And the reason why these people kept doing me wrong and slapping me in my face and using and abusing me is because I never took time to know me. I never took time to have a relationship with myself. I never took time to love who I was. So how do I expect somebody over here to love? I could give you all the money in the world. I could buy you everything that you want to have. But that doesn't mean that you love me. And that doesn't mean that I love myself. Whew. Y'all, come on. Come on. Exactly. That part right there. Right? Chad says 6 months barely enough time to get to know one person, let alone 4. I agree that sometimes when things are not working out, we have to take a step back and figure out why the situation is not working. And there are any commonalities in the situation, right? That did not work out for you. Every failed experience is a learning experience, and from each, I believe we should take it as an opportunity to learn more about ourselves, both good and bad. You better say that, Chad. You better say that. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, as the great Mickey Howard would say, experience is a good teacher. It takes someone like me to lose, right? How in the world am I ever going to know what's going on if I'm steady running from pillar to post? Again, like my grandma would say. And then Sutry Love Jones said, love you first and then you'll get what you're looking for. Come on. You got to love yourself first. Baby, you got to set expectations, right? Okay, I expect that I love myself. So I expect the next person that I'm going to be with or get with is going to love me for me and all my flaws and all. You feel what I'm saying? Come on. Come on. Chad said, also, it's okay to set standards. However, some standards can be superficial. Setting standards that are superficial can make you pass up some great people. It's important to evaluate your standards. And I'm going to speak on that really quick, right fast. Here's something that I told someone. So someone approached me just recently and they said, hey, Titan, I watch you all the time and everything like that, and I think you're a great person, and I was just afraid to talk to you because I went over and started talking to them. Now, mind you, I didn't know that this person was liking me like that. And normally, if you ever come in contact with me, I'm a social butterfly. I like to talk to people. I like to show love. I like to give peace and blessings. That's what I do. But sometimes I've been in situations where people thought I was flirting with them and I wasn't flirting with them, right? So I try to keep myself at a distance because my spirit and my nature is like that. Well, anyways, long story short, he says to me, he says, hey, I've been wanting to talk to you and I just wanted to ask you out to coffee, and I just didn't feel like, that was good. And I said, oh, okay, you want to go to coffee? Let's go to coffee. Oh, well, you talk to somebody like me? Y'all heard that part? You talk to somebody like me. So what you've done right in that moment, right? But I know what it is. I know we all have expectations of ourselves. So in that moment, he felt that he was not on my level. And here I am, just blessed that you even want to talk to me or take me to coffee. You know what I'm saying? So ladies and gentlemen, we got to stop with that. We got to stop. We have to love ourselves enough to know that if we go up to somebody, stand in it. I may not be the best looking. I may not have the best body. But if I want to take you to coffee, I'm going to take you to coffee. What's the worst that can happen? You say no? Oh, okay then. Deuces. But see, I remember at a point to where I would sacrifice everything that I was doing because I wanted to be with that. I saw the muscles. I saw the prettiness. I saw the fineness. I saw the big this, the big that, the big boobs, the big this. I saw all of that stuff. And that's what I went for because society tells us, right? Oh no, Sotri, I'm not a Libra, baby. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces, baby. It's my birthday month. It's my birthday month. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But anyways, so I told him, I said, hey, we can go to coffee. No problem. And then he was like, what? He was like, what? And I said, yeah. And he was like, oh, shoot. Now, there was no love connection there between us when we went to coffee, but we were able to sit and talk about some things and get to know each other. And this is what I said. I don't count anybody out, right? I had a young lady ask me to dinner the other day. Sure, we can go to dinner. But here's my thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know where I'm at. I know who I am. I know what my expectations are. And my expectations are for you not to lie to me, not to mess with my livelihood, and to show respect. You do those things and we good. I don't need you to be built like a Greek Adonis. I don't need you to be built like a Coke bottle. I don't need you to have those things in order for us to be, in order for us to go, right? I don't need you to do that, right? And you're right. Sometimes that's what I do. I flirt and don't even know it. Because people tell me all the time, Jane, you flirting with me? I'm like, no, that's just me. That's just, ask anybody that knows me. I love it. I'm always going to look you in your eyes. I'm always going to be, personal with you. That's just what it is. Because I believe, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that life is too short. I don't believe I have the time to play the game, right? But let me get back to the question. So, to the person that wrote in to my DM, lady, I want you to do you. Right? I want you to have what you should have. I want you to have love. I want you to be in love, and I want you to feel love. But I want you to first do all of that with yourself. Because there's a reason why you're in 4 relationships in 6 months. You haven't even had a chance to even figure out who they are. As Chad said, as Sotri Jones, as everybody on my live feed is talking, you haven't had time to know these people. So that tells me right there, you don't know yourself. Because if you knew yourself, then you already know what you want and what you need. Because that's a want. We see all this stuff on social media. We see the prints. We see the big this. We see the this. We see all these here pictures and thirst traps and all this stuff. And we think that's what we want. But this is what I told the guy that asked me to coffee. All I want to do is have a conversation. I just want to go bowling. Can we go bowling? I don't want it to have to always be about sex or this or that. Not saying sex is bad. Huh. Sometimes you need just a little bit. Put it around your neck. But no, sometimes you need that. But what I'm saying is, I don't go into that. You ask anybody that knows me, we're going to sit down and have a conversation. We're going to talk about the world. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about things like that. That's what we're going to do. And I think sometimes what we do is that we dismiss that because we think don't nobody want that, right? I want to know where your mind is. I want to know where your heart is. I want to know where your spirit is, right? I want to know you. And if sex comes after, if a little bump and grind happen, if a little skeet is going to happen, then it happens. But that's not what I'm going in for. So to the lady that sent this in to me this morning, well, actually she sent it in like last week. I just got it this morning. But to her, I want to say, find yourself. Know who you are. Know who you are. Because the first thing that popped out at me was that you're the common denominator in all 4 of these relationships in 6 months. That's it. Know yourself. Take a moment and get to know yourself. Take a moment and get back in touch with you. Take a moment and fall back in love with you. And then at that point, when the person comes your way, right? So I'm going to be honest with you. Ladies, gentlemen, this is real talk. This is real talk. Hashtag T2P. You can't be out there giving away your stuff with coochie coupons and expect somebody to be there for you when you're not there for yourself. Do you check out? Or you out there just passing out the coupons because you're just hoping and wishing that somebody comes your way? You're doing all of this for them. Coupons, coupons, coupons. Take a piece of me, take a piece of me, take a piece of me. And then you don't have nothing left for yourself. Know yourself. Love yourself. Be in it for yourself. Self. Come on, self. Love, love, love yourself. Lead by the Spirit. Know what you can do. Know what you're capable of. And stop sitting all your abilities, your blessings, the things that you are capable of doing. Stop sitting all that back there. Stop it. Stop it. I'm telling you. Stop it. Stop it. Yes, giving out BOGOs, okay? Discount, okay? Discount. That's what I'm talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to move on to the second. Y'all wrong. Y'all are so bad on my live feed. Y'all are so bad. All right, so the second question says, I have a friend that is HIV positive and is always sick. We think he may be really sick to the point of death. How do we approach him? Wow. Okay. So here's what I want to say to that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we all know somebody who's affected and affected by HIV, right? Sometimes what we do is we stand by and we watch what we know is death, right? Creep in. We know this. We watch them with reckless behavior and things like that. And I'm not talking about having unprotected sex. I'm talking about we watch them not taking their medication. We watch them not going to the doctor. We watch them drinking and smoking and doing drugs and doing all these things because they're trying to cope with something, right? Now, this is what I want to say to you all. You should be at a point in your relationship with your friend, your family, that you could talk about these things. I know so many people that back in the day that I saw going down this rabbit hole. And I didn't stop them because it was always a hairy situation, or whether or not I should say something or I shouldn't say anything. So now with me being in this work and doing what I'm doing and advocating and being there for people, and talking about being black and gay and HIV positive, what I want to say to you is that we all should be able to approach someone. We all should be able to talk to someone about what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we can no longer be silent. We cannot sit here and watch these individuals go down this rabbit hole, right? First, we got to be truthful enough. First, we got to understand what it is that's going on. First, we want to know what's happening. So this is what I'm going to say to this gentleman here that asked the question. Knowledge. First, you should know what HIV and AIDS is. First, you should know what the numbers are. First, you should know what it really means to be HIV positive. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is we go into these things and no, you should do this and no, you should do that and you should be living for your life. But that's not what people want to hear all the time. Now, I don't know this person's situation or not, but if this person is going down this rabbit hole and they are not taking their medicine, they're not going to the doctor, they're not doing this, there's something there. There's something there. And 9 times out of 10, if they haven't come to talk to you or they haven't talked to somebody, it's probably because they tried it once before maybe, or they have some trauma behind it, and they can't come to you or come to people, not necessarily you, but come to people and tell them what's going on in their lives. They would rather keep it quiet. They would rather sit by themselves. They would rather be and hide by themselves rather than tell somebody what's going on because they're afraid of what comes next, right? So I'm going to speak on me, and maybe this might answer the question. I knew what was going on with me. I knew that I was sick. I knew that I was not able to rationalize how important it was to take my medication, right? So I stopped taking my medication for a whole year. For a whole year, ladies and gentlemen, a whole year. You could tell that I was different, but nobody would say nothing to me, right? When somebody would ask me something, I would pop off. So nobody would say nothing to me. I knew that that cough wasn't going to go away, right? But nobody knew how to approach me. But I wanted somebody to come and say, hey, Titan, are you okay? Hey, Titan, what's going on? But because of my past trauma, but because of my issues and my problems that I've had, I wasn't approachable like that. So I don't know if it's the same for this young man that you're talking about. I don't know if it's the same for him. But what I want to say to you is that you should bone up, get knowledge, contact me if you must. Give the person my information. Let them come and talk to me. The reason why is because I don't want it to be a point of somebody falling by the wayside, another person passing away or dying when we could have helped them. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the person has to be willing to receive help and do that. But most of the time, what happens is that the person really truly wants help, but they're so far down the rabbit hole, they don't know how to climb out. They don't know how to get out. And sometimes they just need that little inkling of light to say, hey, come on, right? And I'm not going to say that you need to go and tie them up and lay hands on them and make sure that they do what they got to do, because the person is going to do what they need to do. But they need to know that they have an ally. They need to know that they have somebody that's there for them. You with me? So I don't know how to approach the situation in your aspect, but I do know, first off, you need knowledge. You need to understand what HIV is. You need to understand where they're at. If they're not going to the doctor, when was the last time they've been to the doctor? What were their numbers? You know, what was the CD4 count? What was the viral load? You need to be able to get into that, right? So that you know and talk the language. Because what happens is most time when people come to you and start talking to you about HIV positive status and this and that, it's always like this. You should. You know better. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Come talk to me like I'm a human. Come talk to me like I'm somebody that has feelings and emotions. I can understand. But when the world, society tells you that you're less than because you're HIV positive, even though it's 2020, we still get this. You know what I'm saying? People are still telling me till this day that I'm infected. You know what I'm saying? So there's a stigma with that. But this is what I want to say to you. Knowledge is key. Talk to them about their doctor visit. Go with them to their doctor visit. Let them know that you're there for them in that corner. And if all else fails, ladies and gentlemen, and you have somebody and you need them to talk to somebody or be with some, or be around somebody that understands and that knows that I'm here. I'm here. Contact me. Let me know I am here. I am open for it. But I do believe that if you're trying to be an ally, you're trying to be there, first we need to know where that person is at. That knowledge, we need to know where they're at. We need to know what's going on, because at that point, when I find out and I know where you're at, then I can formulate a plan. Then we can get into this fight and this battle. But I can't fight this battle if I don't know where you're at. You understand what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have somebody standing next to the man in your circle, around you, in your family, and you see that they're HIV positive and you see that they're not good, contact me. Contact me. I'll put myself out there. Contact me. Let me know if they will want to talk to somebody. But ladies and gentlemen, please do not run up on somebody and make them do anything, because that's not going to work. We want to save lives. We don't want to have people run away from us, right? So I'm saying to you all, we know HIV is a thing that we still say that we know that we don't know. We know HIV has a lot of stigma behind it. We know all of this, but this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying to you. The way that you get me to be open about what's happening and what's going on is not to badger me. It's not to beat me. It's not to tell me that I'm less than because I'm walking around and I'm HIV positive. Or as the guy told me, I told y'all about a month or so ago, I'm walking around infected, right? That's not the way to reach me. That's not going to work. So ladies and gentlemen, please have compassion. Please have understanding. But what you need to have is knowledge. We need to know what this is. You need to bone up on what's going on. And again, if you need that, come talk to me. Come talk to me. Send them my way. Let them contact me if they want. They can DM me. They can IM me. They can do whatever they need to do, however they need to do it. But we don't want to let somebody go down the rabbit hole. They can't come out of it. And the next thing you know, we're at a funeral. We don't want that to be the case in point, ladies and gentlemen. There's stigma behind it. I know it's 2020, and I know that HIV has made leaps and bounds, and and they done leaped over the moon with discoveries and all of this. But ladies and gentlemen, the stigma is real. It's still there. Mentally, we're still there, right? Sometimes it may take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times if you're talking to this person. Sometimes you have to do that. But hey, when's your next doctor's appointment? Oh, okay then. Well, I'm going to go with you. I don't want you going with me. No, I'm going to go with you. I'm your friend. I love you. I'm going to go with you. And I know sometimes it may be a little harrowing, but believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you from experience, I wanted somebody to go with me, right? I was embarrassed. I was ashamed, but I wanted somebody to say, hey, Titan, I'm going to come with you. Now, the first time I might have said no, but deep down in, I wanted somebody to be there. So what do you do, ladies and gentlemen, if you think this person is near death? If you think this person is really, really going down that rabbit hole and they can't come back from it, be there for them. Be there for them. Love them enough to say, hey, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's happening. I want knowledge. I want to get in your world. I need to know where you're at. I need to know what's going on. I need to know. So that's what I can give. I know that doesn't sound like that's a whole lot, but that's what I can give. This morning, I see more, well, in this day and age, I see HIV making leaps and bounds, but I see more people still have that stigma, right? There's still stigma behind the word, behind those letters, behind that plus sign. There's still stigma. And so until we are able to get away from that, but this is what I do, ladies and gentlemen, I approach the situation in, what about you? Let's talk about you. Where are you right now? You with me? Where are you? What's going on with you? I need to know where you're at. What are your numbers? And then, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this, and this is something that I learned in Healing Justice. Ask for consent. May I? Can I go with you? Right? I want to know, is it okay if I find out? Is it okay if I know, what the numbers are? Is it okay if I look at your labs? Is it okay if you express to me what we're looking for when we're looking at labs? Is it okay? Like, ask for consent. Let that person give you that information you want, but you ask for consent first. May I? Come on, well, let's go have some coffee and let's talk about it. Or come to the house and let's sit down and let's look at the labs and let's see what's going on. Because we all know it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. We know what that is. Knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, knowledge. We must have it. And then you must have compassion for the person. I understand the person may be out there wilding out, as you say, and doing whatever have you. I understand that the person may be close to death, as you're saying. And then how do you approach him? Well, I think, and this is just me, I'm more on a mental, spiritual, emotional level. I need to know where you're at. Right? So we're going to take the HIV out of the way for a moment. Let me find out where you're at. Knowledge. Let me find out where you're at. And then let me come on and say, hey, let's talk about these numbers. Let's talk about your labs. When was your last doctor visit? Right? Do you think it's okay if I go with you on your next one? Because I love you and I want to know where you're at. I want you to be saved. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, there are people out there that you probably can't save. But this is what I employ from you. I employ that you put your best foot forward, right? Your best foot forward when you are dealing with people like this, right? And I'm not saying that you have to always deal with people like that, right? But I'm saying know the person, knowledge, know who they are, know what's going on, know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And that part right there is where you would be. A lot of times people don't get that. I had people that were around me that were sick as a dog. What does that saying come from anyways, though? I don't know. Anyway, they were sick as a dog, but nobody would say nothing to them because it was taboo. It was stigmatizing for you to say something about this person over here coughing up a lung, passing out, can't even having lesions on them, balls on their body, and you're not saying nothing. There was this drag queen that, and I say drag queen because this was back in the 90s, drag queen that was around and loved her. And she would always say, hey, Mr. Capri, but she wasn't well. She had balls in her head, like in the back of her neck, in her head. She had balls like on her chest. She had lesions on there. She had dropped like so much weight and stuff. And I kept saying to myself, like, you know, and every time I would see her, my heart would just break almost. But I would always talk to her and see how she's doing and what's going on. And she would say stuff like, oh, well, there's no help for me. I'm on my way out the door. And in that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I thought to myself, oh, okay, well then you almost out the door, then you out the door. But then, ladies and gentlemen, in this right now, me standing here, I often think about her and I wonder, could I have done something? Could I have pushed just a little bit harder? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not blaming myself for her death. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, what we do is we stand by and we watch people go down this rabbit hole and we don't say nothing. We watch them dwindle away. We watch them not be able to stand. We watch them death on their back. We watch it and we don't say nothing. So what I want to say to this person that wrote in with your friend that's HIV positive and you thinking they about death, have a talk with them. Sit down with them. Find out where they're at. That's that knowledge I'm talking about. You got to find out where they're at. A lot of times people say, oh, we're tight. You talking all this now because you're over there doing peer navigator work. No, I feel I'm an empath. Y'all know this. And I don't believe that just because you're in the rabbit hole, you have to stay in the rabbit hole. I think we're all looking for that little inkling of light. But ladies and gentlemen, don't get me confused when I say this. Don't go to this person badgering them, beating up on them verbally, emotionally, physically for them to save their life. You need to get into the arena with them and find out what you can actually do. Find out what's going on. Know where they're at mentally. Know where they're at, their status. Know their numbers. Know the doctors. Know what you can do. There's information out there for you. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, if you feel like you can't know or you don't really want to know, send them my way. Let me talk with them, right? If you think the person would talk with me or want to open up, 14 years. 14 years. I just refuse to stand by and let somebody else go down that rabbit hole and I do nothing. So ladies and gentlemen, this morning, I'm telling you, like I tell you any morning, if you have anybody that's out there dealing with their status, they don't know how to deal with it. They're having issues. They're having problems. I work at AFH, AIDS Foundation Houston. I'm a peer navigator. I'm normally the person you talk to once you've been diagnosed. Once you've been diagnosed as HIV positive, I normally come into the room and I talk with you. And I'm there for that emotional support. I'm there for that spiritual support. I'm there for that mental support. Because it's a hard thing. There's still stigma around HIV. And I think sometimes we don't get it. But ladies and gentlemen, you cannot be outside of my world. And let me do a visual. Outside of my world, my HIV world, and tell me what I need to do. You got to be in with me in the fight in order for me to be okay with where you're at. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to tell anybody that today, you can talk till you're blue in the face, but if you're on the outside trying to tell me what's going on the inside of my circle, my HIV world, it's not going to work. Knowledge, you got to come in, but you have to ask for permission first. You got to ask for consent. Ask for consent to be in my world. And when I invite you in, you need to know everything that's going on so you know how to handle anything that comes down the pipe. And I know that's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot. But you know what? When you really think about it, it's really not a lot. It's just you being a friend. You being a loved one. You being there. But ladies and gentlemen, what we see a lot of is that you talk noise to us inside of the HIV circle when you're on the outside. And you can never reach the person like that. Take it from somebody who knows. We'd be up in there ready to nook. You, what, Titan, what? 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 Man, get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, be in their world. Find out what's going on with them. Have the knowledge. But first, ladies and gentlemen, find out what's going on with them. Ask for consent. May I? I want to be right by you. I want to know what's going on with you. Can I do that? Can I go to your doctor's appointment with you? You got to ask for consent. Permission. And y'all understand what I'm saying when I say this, right? Don't force yourself on somebody because you may push them further away than you want them to be, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get a couple of, hold on, let me see where we at. I got a couple of comments in here. All right. So y'all crazy talking about that discounted. Okay, know that you're sitting on a pot of gold, baby. Yes, indeed. Giving out BOGOs. Hollered. Chad said, yes, and that's where standards come in. Indeed. Keisha said, this information is important so that they can help them. These days, HIV does not have to equal death. That is so true. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living. I've been HIV positive 14 years, 15 this year, right? You can live a long and healthy life, but we must know, we must have the knowledge. We got to know where you're at. I can't help you if I don't know where you're at. Think about that. Mentally, emotionally, and status-wise, I need to know. Physically, you may start showing me signs, but I don't know where you're at. That's where the doctor visits come in. That's where your labs come in. That's where we knowing what's going on. That's where your dental and your vision and everything comes in. That's what we know. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to know where you're at. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning to you all. Chad says, yes, Titan, so true. Also, I would educate myself about treatment and what it does for someone living with HIV. All in all, the person should appreciate you for showing concern. As a friend and a loved one, it is your obligation to address an issue that you see as potentially harmful. As Titan said, go into it with as much knowledge as possible, and also in a way that's not perpetuating stigma. I was on the word this morning. Even if they are not receptive, you have done your part as a friend. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, everybody is not going to love what you have to say. Everybody is not going to like what you have to say, but at least you stepped up. At least you showed them that you care. And that's the part that I want to say to everybody today. Ladies and gentlemen, let them know. Show up. Show up. But don't show up like this. Don't show up wagging the finger and telling them, oh, you doing this, and oh, you should be. No, 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 no. Go in and ask for permission to be in their world. But you should know something. There is no reason in 2020 that you should not know what HIV or AIDS is. There's no reason in 2020 that you should not know what CD4 or viral load or T cells or whatever it may be. There's no reason for you not to know that. There's too much information out there. There's too much knowledge out there for you not to know. Equip yourselves, because I guarantee you that some of you, no, all of you know somebody that's affected and affected by HIV. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm wrong. If you tell me I'm wrong, oh, okay, dramatic pause. I'm just saying. So ladies and gentlemen, know that knowledge, that's number one. Jamie said exactly, compassion and knowledge are the main key points. Yes, Jamie works over there with me. She's a stellar, she does prevention. This is what we know. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't do that. But the old saying goes, you get more bees with honey. Right? Kill them with kindness. All those sayings are the same thing. Know what's going on. Go in with compassion, because you don't know what that person's life has been like. You don't know why they're HIV positive. You don't know how they became HIV positive. You don't know what they had to endure to even get to the point of even talking to you. But what we don't want to do is send them further down that rabbit hole if we can, right? So go into it with some compassion, get some knowledge. And again, I say this again, AIDS Foundation Houston, we are a plethora of knowledge over there. Come over, check it out. Look, you don't even have to be getting tested. Come over, come in, 6260 West Park Drive, Suite 100. Come in. There's knowledge all in the front. You can get knowledge. You can get free prep consultations. You can do all of this stuff. And we also do testing, right? Confidential free testing. So ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason why. But find your friend. And to the person that wrote in to me this morning, get with your friend and go with your friend to an appointment. First, ask for permission, ask for consent. But once you get that, don't be afraid to show up. I'm going to tell you, in my circle, my people know. My people, what? You what? Oh, okay then. All right then. Okay. Let's say they call a person name back, John or somebody, back, and I'm there with John. Oh, okay then. Me and John both getting up and going to the back, because I need to know what's going on. Not that I don't trust John, but I need to know what's happening. You with me? There's no way for us to fight this. There's no way for us to help you. There's no way for us to promote and push and be there for you if we don't know where you're at. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Serious, real talk. Real talk, ladies and gentlemen. Real talk. All right? Yes, Chad said approach it gently. Yes, stigma is one of the main monsters in the fight to get people treated. Exactly. Exactly. Good morning, Taurus. Hey, Tor. Good morning, Latasha. Good morning, Zachary. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Sam. Hey, hey. Good morning, Attilio. Hey, Attilio. Jamie says, just being told that your results are positive is a life-changing within. Jamie, look, y'all, look. Jamie is speaking truth right now. Y'all, I just told you all, I work over at AFH as a peer navigator. The reason why I went for this job, for one, somebody told me that this would be the perfect job for me. Because I talk about, in my truth, I talk about how I was diagnosed with AIDS. The doctor walked in, said, you have AIDS, and he walked out of the room. And I made a promise to myself that day, even though it took it 14 years later for it to manifest itself, I made a promise that I would never, ever stand by and let anybody else deal with something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are told that you are HIV positive, that life-changing that Jamie is talking about equals death. That's what you're mentally thinking. Now, again, We've made leaps and bounds and strides with HIV and treatment, and people are living long and healthy lives. But still, till this day, till 2020 is when I started working at AFH, people still break down, cry, wail, almost suicidal thoughts, all because we still think that it's a death sentence. There's still stigma around it. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what I mean by that. Just imagine being told that you could possibly die. But it's no possible when you're given that diagnosis. You think death. Just like that. Just like that. And sometimes some of us, right, me included, because this is what I did, some of us don't take our medicine. Some of us don't go to the doctor. Why? Why fight it? Why fight it? Let me just die. And that's the thought process. So when you go in talking to these people, when you go in being around them, please be careful. Go in with compassion. Approach it in such a way, but also make sure that you ask for permission. You ask for permission. You ask for consent, right? Is it okay if I be around you? Is it okay if I go to the doctor with you? Is it okay if we even talk about this? Because I don't want to trigger you on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Is it okay? That part, ladies and gentlemen, that part. All right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we got through that. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all have any questions, comment, concerns, DM, IM, do all of that good stuff, right? Go on and let me know. Go on and let me know what you need, all right? All right, so, oh snap, hold on, how much time we got left? Okay, yeah, we got about that. Okay, we're gonna get into this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, the last question comes from a best friend, right? Not my best friend, but come from a best friend. It says, literally, it says best friend. That's that's the title, best friend, okay? So it says, is it wrong for me to talk to my best friend's ex, even though they have been broken up for 5 years? Is it wrong for me to talk to my best friend's ex, even though they've been broken up for 5 years? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be a little biased on this one, okay? And this is the reason why I say this. In my circle that I have best friends, right? In this world that we're in, some people may say that the pool that we're fishing in is small, right? The community is small. So you're going to run into somebody, you know, here or there, and you may be doing some recycling, okay? But this is what I say, and this is how me and my best friends are different, right? We don't play that game. We don't play that game. So we have a pact. Now, this is not for everybody. This is not for everybody. So to answer this person's question, I'm going to give you my example, okay? I'm going to give you my example to answer this person's question. In my circle, in my best friends, we don't play that. We meet each other's significant others. We know who they are, but we know that we don't play those games. And 9 times out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know y'all talking about these people behind closed doors. Y'all already know this because y'all best friends. So you're going to tell who is who and who is what. So my best friends, I told them, I don't play the game. So what happened was this was some years ago. I was talking to someone and they basically, wait a minute, okay, so I was talking to someone and then I introduced them to a friend of mine. Not a best friend, but a pretty good friend. I introduced him to a friend of mine. And so after me and this person broke up, next thing I know, probably about a month or two later, here I come seeing the two of them, right? And so I wasn't so mad as I was disgusted, right? Because you sat in the same circle with me and you talked with me, and like a lot of you are saying on my live feed, that's code. We don't break code. But this is what I'm saying to you all, ladies and gentlemen. This person said to me, well, this is my chance to shine. This is, I like them, they like me, blah, 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 blah. And then what was sad was they went with them to get back at me. That's what it was, right? So here's my thing. We don't break the code. My best friends, we best friends. We don't break the code. We know each other's significant other. We know what's going on. We don't break the code. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. However, I have seen that happen. So I would say yes. In my circle, it's wrong. We don't play that game. So I'm going to tell y'all a little story, a reason why we don't play that game. And I think a couple of my best friends are on here. Well, at least I know one is on. I was talking to this guy, just getting to know. And me and the guy was trying to get to know each other, but something was telling me that the guy was wrong, right? Something was telling me that he was wrong. Even though I had came across him before, something just kept telling me he was wrong. So I didn't go anywhere. I didn't really do anything. I kind of kept it at a snail's pace. But I introduced him. We were out one night. I introduced him to my best friends. Said this is who it was, so forth and so on. I let my best friends know, just in case he may be loco, take me off to some field and try to chop me up. I had to let them know who he was, because that's what we do. We ride or die for each other. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So after we kind of broke up, in a sense, or stopped seeing each other, or stopped going out on dates, he inboxes my best friend on Jack. Is it Jack or Grinder? I think it was Jack. Anyways, he hits my best friend up on Jack. Sends him pics. My best friend tells him, what are you doing? You know what I mean? What are you doing? What's going on? So my best friend screenshots and sends it to me. And I said, oh, I didn't expect nothing less. That's the reason why I knew we shouldn't have been messing around or anything like that. I felt something funny. So the best friend tells him, hey, bro, I don't get down like that. You don't do that. You just with my best friend, blah, 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 blah. And then not only that, he tells him, I'm not playing with you like that. Don't do that no more. So he hits him up from another profile and sends him pics again. Okay. So then he contacts me because we were supposed to go to a concert or something. He contacts me and he says, hey, babe, I just want to da-da-da-da. And I told him, I said, I think we're good. We're good. I hung up on him. I'd never blocked anybody, right? Hung up on him, blocked him, because I was like, you are going to talk to me in my face like you ain't did nothing. And he didn't send me the screenshots. And y'all know I'm not like that. I am not about the conflict. I am not like that. But anyways, so he sent me the screenshots. And then so he contacts my best friend and asks my best friend, what did you tell him? I didn't do anything. What did you tell him? What did you tell him? Like that. And he basically told him, I sent him what you sent me because you've been to my house. You've been around me. You've seen me. And you were talking to my best friend. Oh, we just friends. He's just a friend. That's all he was. Now, this is what he's telling him in these DMs, in these messages. And then so I said to myself, wait a minute. Not only did you send nudies, but you breaking it down and saying we were just friends. But I had called him when you had just left my house 2 days before. You know what I'm saying? And I said, what's happening? But then he says to me, so I block him. I don't talk to him for almost a year. And then one day I said, you know what? I'm walking in my truth. I'm trying to do what I need to do with my life. So I just want to find out what it was. So I contacted him and I said, well, I want to apologize because I didn't give you the chance to explain to me. I said, I took it for granted, I ran with it, and I pretty much cut you out of my life. I blocked you. I took you off of all social media. I blocked your number, everything. I didn't even want to talk to you because I just felt like we're grown men in a sense, right? And I just felt like that was wrong. You knew my best friend. So you know what he tells me? Not to mention that I got all the screenshots. Now, he don't know that I had all the screenshots. But the reality was, he said, oh, I was drunk then, and he doesn't have his profile picture up, and I was doing this. And I said, but wait, were we not talking at the time? Oh, well, you said that, you said that we was taking it slow and this and that. Ninja, you was calling me 10 times a day. Ninja, you was trying to have dinner with me almost every night. Ninja, you was trying to get me to spend the night at your house almost every night. What's happening? But then not only that, it really didn't matter if you was doing it with somebody else but my best friend. And then the screenshots, ladies and gentlemen, he was trying to plead his case. He was really trying to have my best friend. And even though my best friend had told him no 10 times on 3 different profiles, he still was going at it. So I said to him, I said, did you think my best friend was going to cave in? Did you think he was going to break the brotherhood code? Did you think he was going to just throw me out to dry and sleep and mess and do with you? And what it was is that this person, and I'm going to just be honest with y'all because I can only be honest, he was known for having a big piece. And what I mean by piece, y'all know what I'm talking about. He was known for having that. So he felt that because he was known for having that he could get his way with anybody and everybody that he wanted to get his way with. So this is what I'm saying to you on that question. That to me is a no-go. I don't care if it was 5 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I know everything about you because my best friend then already talked to me about you. Now, if for by chance my best friend and you were talking and y'all broke up and I didn't even know your name or know who you were, and I started talking to you, that's something totally different. But if I know who you are and I know that y'all done broke up and you was my best friend, piece, a lover, that's breaking the code. That's a no-go for me. That's not going to happen. I used to talk to somebody that was telling me that they were for me and all for me and me, but they were dating people within my circle. How is that possible? Why would you do that? But in this world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen, people don't care. People don't care. They brag about sleeping with married men. They brag about sleeping with married women. They brag about sleeping with straight guys. They brag about sleeping with this and doing this and cheating on the boyfriend and having 2 or 3 pieces. They brag about stuff like that. But my best friends, we have a code. And our code is we do not recycle. We do not recycle. Baby, after you a used water bottle, you go in the trash. We don't recycle you. We don't recycle you. We don't put you to the next friend, go to the next friend. We don't do that. And another thing that I want to say is that if you were bold enough, bae, boo, boyfriend, whatever it is, you were bold enough to send naked pics to my best friend and then want to sit up here and blame it on that you were drunk when my best friend has his profile picture on the app. Really? That's against the rules, ladies and gentlemen. And some people don't believe in those rules. Some people believe you fair game. But I believe that we have a code. I'm your best friend. I'm not finna go down that road. Because once you become my best friend lover, if y'all are together, and this one right here, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I say this part for last. Is it wrong for me to talk to my best friend's ex even though they've been broken up for 5 years? Right? My question was, how long were they together? He said they were together 10 years. So that's 15 years. No can do. Not in my circle. Not on my friends list. No can do. I'm not talking about a friends list on Facebook. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I have introduced you. Best friend, best friend, best friend, best friend. We don't talk to exes of our best friends. We don't sleep with exes of our best friends. We don't with exes of our best friends, period. because we know them. And 9 times out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, you know you done sat around with your sisters and your brothers, and you know you done talked about what didn't happen. You know you done told them what's going on. And for your best friend to get up and talk to your ex after you done all this. But the kicker is, here's the other part. If it happens, ladies and gentlemen, I get it. If it happens, but be man or woman enough, be grown enough and come and talk to me and tell me. Don't let me walk into something and then y'all are there. Literally, they came and stood. Oh, okay, that's cute for y'all. Not to mention y'all bold as hell right now, because I'm really on 20. Because what I'm saying is, it's a slap in the face. You are my best friend, and you're going to go and talk to my ex? And then if it wasn't a bad thing, if it wasn't something that wasn't supposed to be known, you would have told me. You would have been man enough to stand up in front of me and say, you know what, Titan? This is what it is. I love he. I want he. I'm going to be with he. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to let us show up to a place where we all know the same people? And you walk in? And you walk in with the peace? You walk in with the ex? And I'm none the wiser. But let me tell you what's crazy, though. Let me tell you how my tribe is. Let me tell you how my tribe is. Baby, my tribe got in that ASS. My tribe got a hold of him before I could ever say anything to him. My tribe went ham on him. So ham, he had to leave. He wasn't going to be there. He wasn't going to do that. That's not what we do. We don't do that. We don't do it. We protect the village. We protect the tribe. We play by the rules and the codes. We don't do that. That's nasty. And you was never a friend if that's what you do. You was never a friend. Now, if you would have come to me and you would have talked to me and you would have said, hey, Titan, look, I know y'all didn't work out, but I love he. So that's what we're going to do. I can respect you for it. Not that I have to like it, but I can respect you for being man enough to come to me and tell me that's what it is. But in my world, in my circle, in my tribe, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. You better be careful. You better be careful. Because the same stuff you doing to people is going to turn right back around and happen to you. Be careful. Be careful. That's a no-go. So to answer that question, no, I would not do it. I don't think it's right. You may think it's right, but if you feel that you need to do it, if you feel that you love this ex, if you feel like you and this ex are down like 4 flat tires and y'all not going nowhere, be man enough and go and talk to him and tell him what's up. Be man enough to give him the heads up of what's coming down the pipe. Don't just show up somewhere. And see, this is what people do. Y'all show up and y'all expect conflict not to happen. But I'm telling you now, I'm a mild-mannered Clark Kent, but you pull some crap like that with me, it ain't no telling how the day is going to end. Shit. Baby, you better go play somewhere. Better go to the minute. Okay, exactly. Keisha talk about, wow. She talk about all this person is a revered piece. This person really don't want them. No, because it was all about the hype. That's pretty much what it was. Jamie says, some people are envious of what their so-called friend may have, and as soon as the relationship ends, they want it, but they don't understand what they are actually getting into. That part. Carol says, foul. Keisha says, they know it's going down. Yes, indeed. That's foul. I don't do that. I don't do that. I had a friend of mine, I'll never forget, I had a female friend of mine that introduced me to her boyfriend at the time. And while we were out, I think we went to the beach or something. But while we were out, he said that he had been seeing my show and stuff like that, right? And wait a minute. Yeah, I think I went to the beach. We didn't go to the beach to like go swim, but I went out there to take pictures and stuff like that. So the guy and the girl are really, close and, oh, baby, love you, boo, boo, all that good stuff. And I said, oh, okay, that's so cute. That's good. Because I'm her friend, right? I'm her friend. And so he tells me, he said, oh, yeah, she showed me your show. I watch your show. Good. I'm glad what you're doing, man. Kudos for you standing in your truth and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So they go to the seawall, and we cross the street and go to the corner to the store over there. And while we're in the store, he's talking to me and blah 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 blah. So I told him, I said, hey, watch this for me. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. So I go to use the bathroom, and he comes in the bathroom behind me and stands behind me while I'm at the urinal and was like, you know, what that do? Bruh, if I didn't want to pee all over myself, we would have tore that bathroom up. He said, told her, so I told him, I don't know what? Oh no. Oh no. And then he looked at me like, you turning me down? Like you, bruh, I know her, like we cool. Oh, well, you know what? She know what's up. And I said, she know what? What? I said, she can't. There's no way. No, she wouldn't. She would have told me something. She wouldn't have set me up. You know what I mean? Like that. No, like that. So we get back out there and it's tension. It's tension. He not saying nothing to her. I mean, to me, I'm not saying nothing to him. Me and her are talking. We all not having a conversation. Because I was like, okay. I said, look, hold on. I said, let me tell you something. And this is what I want to tell you. This, I won't do again. I won't. Because I don't like how he just approached me. I don't like how he just tried to check me. Right? And I put it like that because I wanted to see if she actually knew what had happened, right? And I said, he tried to check me about being close to you or this or whatever have you. And then she was like, well, he ain't got nothing to worry about that. You gay and you know, and I'm straight and, you know, like that. Well, you know, like that. And so he just jealous like that. He don't like, cause you know, you don't look like, you know, like just a regular gay person. And I was like, okay, I don't even know it. So I'm questioning our friendship now. I don't know what's going on. So then later on that night, after we got home, she calls me and she says, so you wasn't going to tell me? And I said, tell you what? That you was trying to push up on my man. The what? I said, you know what? This is why I don't play these games. This is why I don't do that. I said, but I'm going to tell you what. How long have you known me? And she told me about 10 years or something. And I said, how long have I ever, out of every boyfriend that you've ever been with, have they ever told you anything other than I was cool peeps? No. Come on, answer the question. Well, yeah, you right, Titan. So why would this one tell you that I tried to push up on him? Why would he do that? Why would he do that? So I told her, I said, baby, you need to check your backyard. Because some dogs done bury some bones in that backyard. And when it floods again, them bones going to float on up. You check your backyard. Well, see, Titan, that's why I don't like you being around my boyfriends and stuff. Because you be always flirting with them. No, bruh, I don't want your boyfriend. I don't want him. You need to check him. Why you over here trying to check me over some old crusty dusty? I don't want him. I don't do that. So that's what I had to tell her. Now, here it is, a year and a half later, she tells me he was sleeping with 3 other men and her. Now she wants to apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, save all of that. Save all of that. Don't break the code. Don't go there. I understand that we like to watch porn and we like to think that this stuff happens and this is how to get away with murder and scandal and Grey's Anatomy and all this other good stuff like that. No, I do not break the code. If I call you a friend, and you can ask my friends that are on here right now on my live feed and those that are listening to me, they will tell you I will check a nook in a minute if I think you're trying to do something wrong to my friend. I don't play those games. And I'm not desperate. Every gay man out here is not desperate for your boo, for your baby. Stop doing that. But that's the way the world goes. Everybody think, oh, you should sleep around. You should mess around. What am I going to miss? But what about integrity? What about love? What about self-worth? What about your friendship? But that's what happens when we have these microwavable friendships. I meet you. You're my friend because you're my friend on Facebook, but you don't care about me. That man followed me in the bathroom. He didn't care about her. He didn't even care about our friendship. He thought what I was going to do is what we see on all these little Twitter videos and these other little videos, these little porn videos. He was going to come in the bathroom and we was going to make it happen. Boom, pow, ping. And then we were going to go back out there and pretend like nothing didn't happen in front of her. That's what he thought. No, that's not how I get down. That's not how I get down. I am a friend to the end. I am a friend to the end. You better ask somebody. So no. To answer the question, to answer the last question, no. Is it wrong for you to talk to your best friend ex even though it's been 5 years? Yes. You should never do that, especially if they've been talking for 10 years? They were together for 10 years? And you gonna show up to the party with the ex? Oh, come on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the business. It may not be for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you may feel like it's fair game and you do what you do. But for this house, for this one, for this thought to ponder, that's a no-go. Yes, it's wrong. You dead wrong. You should have never talked to him because I guarantee you already know him. And they've been together 10 years. They done built a whole life together. 10 years? And you've been his best friend 10 years? So now I'm asking the question, are y'all just now talking? Exactly. Y'all answer that question. Are you just now talking? Because I guarantee you, more than likely, and I'm almost sure, y'all probably was messing around before they even broke up. Y'all probably was messing around before they even broke up. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You better say it, Carol. You better say it. You know I don't play that. You know I don't play that. I asked the question. Just right. You right, Keisha, pin drop. Quiet. Quiet, because you know they was already messing around. There's no way you can be that comfortable talking to your best friend's ex after 10 years. And y'all just started? Bruh. My grandma used to say you can fool some of the people some of the time. Carol said, ask me, you a true friend? Yes, indeed, Carol. You know we're a friend like that. But we go way back. Keisha said, the kicker is the way a person is with one person, it will not be the same with someone else. And you're right. And they know it's going down. You're right. Like, I don't understand why people do that. Exactly. Come on. Come on, Chad. Tell them, shame the devil. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Come on. Like, why would you do that? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my thing. When I don't just throw the word friend around. Ask my people on my live feed. They'll tell you, I don't throw the word friend around lightly. If I consider you a friend, then we down like 4 flat tires and we not going nowhere. We down like that. And then, like Carol said, a true friend to the end. I came back in the day, and I'm gonna put a little something out there, Carol. Back in the day when Carol was going through what Carol was going through, I told Carol that I didn't agree with that. I didn't like that. And that's what it was. Me and Carol have been good friends ever since. But I could not stand by and allow my friend to be dealt wrong. And you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. And if I call you a friend, then why would I do that? Why would I do that? Just like with me and Keisha 30 plus years. And Keisha, no, I'll tell her in a minute. Keisha, hey, Keisha, I'm not feeling that. Baby, my spirit does not sit well with that at all. I know you may love it. I know you may like it. I know you may want it, but my spirit is telling me that is not right. And that's the type of friend I am. I'm not going to do that. I'm supposed to be there to help and protect and make sure that you are there. Make sure we both make it into heaven. You know what I'm saying? But not like that. Not like that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I've been knowing Carol since my Alaska days, 93, 94. I've been knowing Carol just like that. Until this day, I still call Carol my good friend, my true friend. Because that's what we do. We make sure that we are together. You're not going to ever catch me going anywhere or being anywhere and they can come and talk about my good friend, my best friend. You better don't. You better don't. And then to come and tell you the truth, tell them, Keisha, we'll be ready to fight for each other before the other person, before we even want to fight with somebody. Shoot. Keisha be over there trying to fight with people, and I'll be over there saying, Keisha, calm down. It's okay, Keisha. It's all right. One day, one day this lady said something to me, and Keisha said, what she say? I said, Keisha, calm down. She was just telling me something. Oh, she sounded like she was saying something. I said, this doggone Keisha. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a blessed day. It has been a good morning. This has been a good show. Ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please send me your questions, your comments, your concerns, your scenarios to my IMs, to the DMs. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do this every week. Sometimes I may do it twice a week, but normally Tuesdays or Thursdays are my days that I do the DMs and the inboxes. Send me what you got. Send me what you got. Send me what you got for a pork chop. Ooh, that sounds good. A smothered one at that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I almost got lost for a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in to the Real Talk 100 Morning Show with hashtag T2P with little old me, Titan Capri. Look, ladies and gentlemen, DMs and the inbox. Come on. Send your questions, your concerns, your comments in to me, and let's talk about it. I love it today. I love it today. But before I get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk a little bit right fast. My time is about up. I want to talk to you about the Titan Chronicles. The Titan Chronicles. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote a book and I published it in December of last year, right? And the book is called The Titan Chronicles. It's written by me, all this other good stuff, right? And it's a raw first installment of my book series, which is called, ironically, The Titan Chronicles. But ladies and gentlemen, it's on sale on Amazon. All you have to do is type in The Titan Chronicles or type in my name, Titan Capri, and get your book. If you're here in the city of Houston, I have books on me, right? The books are $15, right? And I'll go ahead and sign my name to it and put a little nice description in it and all that other good stuff like that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is my first installment. My first installment. I'm basically starting off the series. It's a little bit of how to get away with murder. It's a little bit of scandal. And it starts off, it introduces the characters, and it's a raw and uncut version of my first installment. I'm coming with the second installment soon. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. If you want to, give me a little love offering, if you want to do something, if you want to get the book and give it to somebody else, or again, if you just want to give me a little love offering, my Cash App is $Titan Capri. Simple. It's simple. It's simple. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what I wanted to do. This version here, this first installment, is a raw and uncut version. The reason being that I wanted to get my art out. I wanted to show you all what I'm capable of, but I guarantee you will not be disappointed with the series. But this is the first book out. The cover is by me. The book is by me. All of that good stuff. You can go on to Amazon. You can go onto Amazon and just type in Titan Chronicles or Titan Capri. And ladies and gentlemen, do this for me. If you go and you buy a book or you see me and you get a book, ladies and gentlemen, please go in and give me some feedback. Please go in and give me how many of stars you feel that I need and all of that good stuff. But take a picture with the book and send it to me. Tag me in it. Do all of that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all for buying the book so far. I thank you all for promoting and being there for me. I thank you all so much for supporting me and all of that. It's my first crack as an author. I got some good stuff coming down the tube. I promise you you won't be disappointed. But this is my first book, The Titan Chronicles. It's a raw and uncut version of the first installment of the series, and it introduces you to the characters. Now, the book is loosely based on my life. I bet you can't figure out what part is real. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Cash App again is $Titan Capri. You can go ahead and do that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not in the city, you can Cash App me $ Titan Capri, and then put your address in and I will mail it off to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the book is $15, but if you want me to mail it off to you, then it'll be $20 for me to go ahead and ship it out to you. And I promise you, I'll ship it out to you, be nice and good, and all the other good stuff. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for your support. My first time as an author, doing so many things. I want to thank you all. Peace and blessings to you. I love you. Amazon. Type in Titan Capri, Titan Chronicles, and check it out. You know you want to. 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 All right, ladies. Peace and blessings to you. Thank you so much. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to have our workshop Wednesday. We're going to have some good stuff for you. Peace and blessings to you, and thank you for tuning in. Peace.